I'm Courtney Phillip, Product Manager on VR Developer Success. Today, we're excited to talk with you about how to overcome some of the friction and challenges in your day-to-day MetaQuest development workflow, and share with you some tools and resources that will help accelerate your VR development process and help you build the highest quality product possible in the most efficient way possible. To start out, I'm going to give you an overview of our Developer Hub and some of our latest updates. Then, I'll hand it over to Ravi Dandu, who will share some tools to help simplify your developer experience. Finally, Rob Radke will walk you through our on-device automated testing. Now, some of you may already be familiar with the Oculus Developer Hub, or ODH. Today, I want to introduce you the rebranded MetaQuest Developer Hub. It's the same great tool that we released 2 years ago with some new exciting features that I'll share more about in a bit. The Developer Hub is a desktop app that is designed to streamline the MetaQuest development workflow and help you stay up to date on the latest Quest news, tools, and updates. It's available to install on both Windows and Mac. The Developer Hub offers a centralized place for you to manage your devices and all of your VR development tools. Our top-line goal is to make the VR development workflow simple and accessible by reducing friction and helping development teams iterate more efficiently. For those not familiar with the Developer Hub, I want to take a moment to show you some of the tool's key features. In the Developer Hub, you can learn about the latest Quest news and updates, manage your device with features like Guardian and proximity sensor toggles, or headset display casting, where you can also capture screenshots and video recording. You can also analyze your app performance, easily manage device files, and upload apps all in one easy-to-use tool. For more specific details on these Developer Hub features, you can check out our past videos by scanning this QR code. Now, since our 2.0 launch last year, we've continued to make improvements and launch new features to streamline the experience for common development tools. We added support for Link, which you'll hear more about from Ravi later in this session, so that you can easily enable and disable Link without putting on the headset. We've also added a section for code samples to the Downloads tab. Samples and showcases can help you build faster by providing code, assets, and integration pathways for some of our most popular features. Now, all of the samples available in GitHub are easily accessible and can be downloaded directly from the Developer Hub. We also invested in providing better support for the unique development needs of specific app types. So, for those of you that are building multiplayer apps, you can now test group launch directly from the Developer Hub. This feature eases the implementation and helps improve the reliability of group destinations, which enables people to easily join your apps together. Finally, we've added new video capture settings that give you the ability to select iView, video resolution, frames per second, and bitrate, so you can capture better video for marketing assets, or just make it easier to collaborate on art and design with video examples. Looking ahead at the new Developer Hub 3.0 and beyond, we're continuing to invest in the areas that will help remove friction for you and your team in your day-to-day workflow. We are focused on 3 main goals. 1, we want to improve your experience with distributing and testing builds. In our upcoming releases, we'll have several new features that will improve the build upload process. Today, when there's a build upload failure, you see a wall of text that's hard to digest and likely makes it difficult to identify the important information. We're fixing this by offering a more intuitive UI with specific information to help you determine the root cause of your upload failure and details on how to fix it. We are also streamlining the existing drag and drop workflow and helping you identify potential build upload violations before uploading. Our second goal is to continue reducing friction around switching back and forth from your computer to your headset and then back again during development. We're really excited to share that later this year, you'll be able to remotely control your MetaQuest device via keyboard and mouse while casting the display in the Developer Hub. Here's a quick preview. You can see here that you'll be able to use keyboard controls to move the headset rotation, as well as the cursor. You will also be able to use your keyboard to click with the cursor and engage with elements in the VR display. Our third goal is to improve the experience with performance tools. In Developer Hub 3.0, you can feel more confident that you're getting a clean read when doing performance analysis due to a reduction in the performance overhead on connected devices. We will also be introducing a guide to help you better understand when and how to use the performance tools in the Developer Hub. Now, I'll hand it over to Ravi Dandu, who will talk about some other tools that can help improve your developer experience.
We are continually working to make your development experience better and more frictionless, so you can spend your time on building great content. Let me explain some steps we have taken to make your day-to-day experience for developing on MetaQuest easier. Here are 4 big points of friction we have heard from you. First, getting started with the SDK. Second, reducing build times. Third, debugging. And finally, putting on and taking off your headset. So let's get started with the SDK first. We are making improvements to our Unity package to make it easier for you to update and reduce your pain. We're working on shipping MetaQuest integrations via Unity Package Manager. It'll make the onboarding and package management process much more modular and stable. Modular by clear encapsulation of different SDKs. More stable updates by remote package synchronization. You can find out more details on the Developer Center. We are starting with experimental releases and planning for official release in 2023. Secondly, we are focusing on reducing build iteration time, which you have heard from you is a major pain point. Over the last year, we worked closely with both Unity and Unreal to achieve this. For Unity, we have reduced iteration time by 30 to 80% using just a few optimizations. First among them is addressables, which separate the asset building process from the code building process. By separating assets from code, the APK build is more than 50% faster. And when modifying remote assets only, you don't have to rebuild the APK at all, making it about 75% faster. These numbers are from the Unity Asset Streaming app that you can find in our GitHub repository. Of course, improvement will vary based on the compositions of your application. Our second improvement is script-only patch. You can patch a generated APK when you change code only. The script-only patch improved build times for reference app by 45%. So, if you're iterating a lot on code and not on assets, script-only patch is definitely for you. For Unreal on MetaQuest, you can save time for assets by using cook on the fly. Assets conversion from the development format to the platform format are delayed until after the game has been deployed, resulting in 60% faster builds. So, if you're modifying assets, don't have to modify code, cook on the fly, and then iterate in editor on the assets. If you're modifying code only, deploy compiled .so directly to the device is faster by 40%. Please use these enhancements to reduce build time. You'll be able to spend less time in the edit, build, test loop and spend more time on adding new features or enhancing gameplay. Okay, let's move on to improving debugging options with your favorite IDEs. Last year, we launched the VS Code extension that provides support for debugging native C++ code applications. And this year, we're supporting Android's game development extension, AGDE, on Meta Quest devices. So, if you're a game developer of PC VR games or you used to developing with Visual Studio, AGDE allows you to keep the same IDE for porting and debugging to the Meta Quest platform. Finally, reducing the number of times you have to get in and out of your headset has been a goal of ours for quite some time. We have two solutions. The first is Link with PC SDK, which is now much more stable, giving you a more reliable testing experience. We're also making more improvements in the play, pause, play cycle. And you won't need to enable Link before loading Unity. So, by the end of this year, you should have a more convenient dev experience for desktop development using Link. The second tool is Meta XR Simulator, which makes it easier to do day-to-day development without needing to wear your headset every time. Meta XR Simulator enables you to test your app on desktop, choosing between Meta Quest 2, Meta Quest Pro, and Rift S. It can also simulate motion of your headset and the touch controller inputs through keyboard and mouse or an optional game controller. You can simulate important headset attributes like accurate field of view and correct display resolution for each device. Here is a demo of Meta XR Simulator with input simulation. This is still under development, so it can change before release. The window on the right shows the active input devices we are controlling: the headset, left controller, and the right controller. We can simulate inputs through a keyboard and mouse or an optional game controller. As you can see, we can easily move the headset, left and right controller separately. Or we can move all of them together at the same time. Here is the headset moving closer to the controller, and we can see the buttons being clicked. You still need to test on device towards the end, but Meta XR Simulator makes your day-to-day iteration so much easier. Meta XR Simulator will be available early next year, and pilot testing is this half. Now, to explain how you can leverage on-device automated testing so you can spend more time creating features and less time chasing down regressions, is Rob Radke.
From a theoretical standpoint, every software engineer knows the benefits of automated tests. They catch bugs early in the development lifecycle when they're a lot easier and cheaper to fix. And this is true across all domains. It doesn't matter if you're landing a rover on Mars or you're building a killer VR app for MetaQuest. And yes, contrary to popular belief, that does include game developers like you who want to scale their games up to a metaverse-sized audience. So why is it that so many teams skimp when it comes to automated testing? Well, the truth is automated testing is challenging. The tests take time to write, they take time to maintain, and they can actually become counterproductive if you don't constantly stay on top of them. I mean, a flaky test can be worse than having no test at all. Even worse, until very recently, MetaQuest headsets just weren't that good for running your tests. System dialogues would block your tests from running. The Guardian was hard to turn off. And good luck to you if you needed to reset your test device. Poof, there goes 3 minutes of your life clicking through the new user experience that you've seen many, many times before. Your feedback told us this was a major pain point, and we're pleased to announce that we now have a solution. That solution is MetaQuest's scriptable testing. Scriptable testing is a set of commands that allow you to do things like factory reset a test device, log in a test user, and disable features that could compromise your test. You don't have to put the headset on, and you don't even need to be physically present with the device. Scriptable testing can help you run your tests more reliably and without human interventions. Whether you have a single test device or a rack of 100, the goal is to save you time and money. Here's a great example. Big Box VR, the creators of Population One, have already started using scriptable testing in their automation lab. Since resetting a test device no longer requires putting the headset on, full device resets are substantially quicker. Even more importantly, engineers can now reset test devices when they aren't even at the lab. No need to drive across town anymore. Furthermore, since the commands are well documented and simple to use, Big Box was able to reduce the size of their test scripts substantially. Starting with version 44, MetaQuest's scriptable testing is built into the operating system, so it's naturally compatible with existing test frameworks, including Meta's AutoDriver, Unity's testing framework, and Unreal's Gauntlet automation framework. Check out the documentation and get started automating your tests today. Meta wants to help innovative and creative developers like you build amazing experiences for everyone in the metaverse. We want to provide the APIs, the tools, and the know-how to help you succeed throughout all phases of the development lifecycle. Follow this QR code to our developer documentation and get started today. Together, we can amaze and delight our users.